Hello Darts Nutz, I'm going to do a review of another set of the Shot Infinity darts. This is the number 2 in the series. These are 23 gram, 90% tungsten. As you can see, it comes in this slimline packaging, and I got these from Darts Warehouse in New Zealand. They're approximately £50 on the current exchange rate. Inside the box you've got a guarantee weight certificate. It says 22.9 grams, and there's a slide out plastic tray inside the box with your standard shape transparent flights, and you've got some what look to be short Laro shafts attached to the barrels. And you can also get these in 25 grams, and I think there's 6 models in the range, and I think there's also a soft tip version as well. So that's what you get in the box. Let's have a close look at the darts. Right, here's a close look at the darts. It's fitted with a black coated point, a very sharp one as well, and it looks to me as if the dart seems to be slightly tapered. Could be I'd have to measure it to be sure, but it looks a little bit wider at this end and it tapers down. And it's got this quite interesting section at the front here. It's like a very gentle scallop, fits in your grip very nicely, and it's got these grooves cut into it and these little round indents. I wouldn't say it's overly grippy, but it kind of sits into your grip nicely there. Probably just say it's a medium level of grip there. It does feel quite comfortable to hold there. And then it goes kind of smooth after that, and around this, well, I'd say it's probably past the centre section, it's got like another very gentle scallop. And then on the rear section it's got this it's like a normal ring grip, but it's tapering thinner towards the end of the barrel. That's a bit more grippy than the front, so I think that's probably a high medium level of grip, that. And then you've got some short Laro stems and these transparent kind of blue shot shape, or it's like a small standard flight. So I'll see if I can get a close up of the barrel for you. I should be able to see that grip better. It's a nice design actually. That groove that's cut along there, it's almost like it's pinched in, and then with the part where the circles are goes a little bit wider. And there's the grip on the rear, just like a kind of a standard ring grip. So here's the detailed picture.
The darts are fitted with a black coated 30mm point. There's a small taper to the nose of the barrel of 4.6mm, and then you've got this section at the front which is a very subtle scallop. It's just pinched in very slightly, and it's got these longish grooves with the little indented circles in between. That's about 16.5mm wide, and then it goes into a smooth section with the Shot logo, which is about 8.5mm wide. And then there's a very small, more traditional style scallop, which is about 4mm wide. And then you've got a smooth ring of about 1.5mm. Then it goes into a section which tapers towards the rear of the barrel, and it's made up of a normal flat square edged ring grip. That's 13mm wide. And then there's a smooth section on the rear of 1.9mm. Overall length is 50mm and the width is 6.8mm.
I'll take some measurements along the barrel now. Barrel length is 50 millimeters. I'll measure that front section just past the taper. That's 6.78, and then in that scallop section 6.51, and then the middle area where it's got the shot logo 6.8, so that's the widest section, 6.8, and then it's got a very small scallop after that, 6.55, and then this ring grip section, as you can see the barrel is tapering down towards the end of the barrel. Right at the very end it's 5.9, and I don't think I'll be able to measure the end of that because I think it's just going to slip off here. So it definitely around about the 6.8 width there, and then it's tapering off to the end of the barrel, so it's quite an interesting shape actually. Let's compare the weight of the barrels then. That one is 22.98 grams, and that is 22.99, and that is 22.97, so pretty closely matched. And the weight of the full setup is 24.49 grams. Right, let's check the balance point. With nothing attached, it's a front weighted barrel, but it's probably just not too far front of the centre. And with the supplied setup, it's still slightly front weighted with the supplied setup. So that's the detailed look at the darts. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. As usual, I'm holding the dart on the front of the barrel. It's got a very subtle scallop on this front section. I can feel the scallop, but it's not like a deep scallop. But it's quite a comfortable section to hold. But I think I could probably do with a little bit more grip there. It's got these little circles and it's got the cutouts, but I don't think that's providing a great deal of grip throwing it that way. It's just more grip for like rolling resistance, but you do get a little bit of grip from the scallop, but it's not a massive amount, but it's fairly comfortable there. First impression is it's flying quite nice. I didn't notice any fishtailing, didn't really see anything wrong with it really through the air. Might take a few more throws to get a little bit more used to the dart, but I'll just carry on throwing it from there for a bit and then I'll try the other positions. But first impressions are it's flying quite nice. I'll just give the dart a throw from the, well, kind of around the middle. It's mostly smooth on that section, but there's kind of like a small subtle scallop there, so I'm just going to kind of half grip where it's smooth and half on the scallop. So I'd call that pretty much a middle grip, so I'll just see how it flies from there. Doesn't feel as comfortable to hold there like for me, but we'll give it a go. Whee! That didn't have to fly off. It's not too bad there, the balance wise, but it doesn't feel quite as nice to grip. Flies quite well through the air though. I know it's not my natural grip, but it's behaving well, nice and smooth. Off target there, but it's a pity the dart hasn't got a little bit more grip there, because it could be quite a nice dart for a middle gripper. But I was, like I say, I was kind of half on that scallop, so I was veering a little bit towards the rear, but well, it's pretty smooth. I didn't see anything wrong, but like I say, it's not my natural grip, so if you're a natural middle gripper, it'll probably work even better, but you just haven't got a great deal of grip there, and I don't find that as comfortable to grip as that front section. But it's got some grip on the rear, so it's a kind of a ring grip. I'd probably only call that a medium level of grip though, but I'll give that a try. This may be a bit strange for me because it is quite a bit from my front grip, but we'll see how it goes. No. Yeah, I can't. It's a little bit too weird. I'll give it one more throw. Nah, just for me, it's just spiraling and flying all over the way. But like you know, it's not my natural grip from the rear. Sometimes I get a dart where I can manage to throw it okay, but I can't seem to get this one flying right. Probably take quite a bit more practice for me. But if you're a natural rear gripper, it may well work. I mean, it's got the grip on there, so could well be designed for a rear grip, but for me, I think it's a pretty good dart for a front grip. And like I said, it worked quite well for me around there, so maybe if your grip is just around that scallop and on the rings, you might get on with it as well, but I think it's better as a front grip there. The only thing I would have probably changed with that is maybe either make them little circles a little bit deeper, or instead of the circles just put some cross-cut grip in there just to add a little bit more to it. But as it is, it's a comfortable front grip, so I'll just carry on from there. there you go, that's the shot number 2, 20 shot infinity number 2, 23 gram darts. I find it quite a comfortable dart to hold on that like subtle scallop section, and overall it's a pretty good dart for a front gripper. Trying it from that rear wasn't very pretty for me, it was all over the place, but from around about there I thought it was pretty good, and possibly even smoother from there than it was from the front, but it flew alright from there considering that's not my natural grip, but I was quite happy throwing it from the front, and it flies quite nice. I didn't see any problems, no fishtailing or anything. I just get a little bit of spin, but I tend to get that anyway. So overall it's a pretty nice start. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.